Welcome back, everyone, to our 8th episode of the WCGA podcast. I'm Ian. I go by @CantusPrime on Instagram, and I am joined today with Dan and Lang. Dan, where can we find you?
I'm Dan's Dragoon, also known as Dan. So it's Dan's Dragoon is my main persona. Dan is just what I was born as. You can find me on Instagram at Dan's Dragoon, and you can find me on the Discord, crawling around in the depths of the sludge that is models and Zoids.
But our Discord is better than sludge.
Yeah, I get in the dark corners of the Discord, of which there are a few cracks where the sewage seeps, and I slide in. I oil up and slide in to the crevices. That's where I
join our Discord. Find out what exactly that is.
That's where I drop my little videos of me slapping, fried egg sandwiches and stuff. If you want to know more.
Hey, Lang, where can we find you at?
I'm not in cracks.
That's
find
good.
me on Instagram, Skyfire Riser. Find me on Discord, and find me there. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Good. Okay.
What about you, Ian?
Oh, I said already.
You did.
Did you?
Me.
I always do that.
You just want to drive.
He's got the keys, buddy. No,
Born in Dan's blood.
No sightseeing hosting.
Jesus can take the wheel in a second. So I've been gone the last episode, so these guys know.
missed.
You were missed.
Thank you. These guys know that when I'm not here, I'm still buying stuff. Like they said, you can always find me at a hobby shop.
And he brings.
So what did you? So let's just jump right into it.
That's exactly why I'm driving this off the cliff. We're gonna go.
Before you go, I have one thing to show off.
Do it.
I did pick up. It is this little crystal kit. It's a GM crystal kit. The end.
All right.
That's my big pick for the week.
All right. Let's rapid fire this stuff. I got some EX models from the Gundam Pros website that our buddy Jason pointed me to because we were at his house a few weeks back. I saw his backlog, cried inside because he had all the EX Gundam seed ships that I wanted. And then he showed me this lovely site that actually had them on sale. So each one was like $35. I got
He's like, Ian Lang, come up to this bedroom. You did.
I got the Eternal. And I got the Minerva.
Kind of wanting that.
And the best part, I got the Archangel.
Oh, nice.
Ship. And then it was on the site, so I had to get it while it's there for cheap, but it's not seed related. I got the Salamis and Magellan set.
Very cool.
All right. That's all of those. Other things I've picked up this week, or the week before. Yeah, it was week before. I got the little revived,
nice.
What is this called? The Best Mecha Collection RX-78 2. It's basically, it looks like the old 80s kit, but it's got modern engineering.
It's right there.
Right there.
On my screen. Such a good kit.
This one is for Lang especially. He's going to know what this is.
Uh-oh.
This is, oh god, I can't remember the dude's name. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, it's the bull guy. Anyway, I got his mini Pla.
What was his name?
I'm bad. I've been out of Super Sentai for a while, so I just forget everybody's name. For Zoids, I already opened and built one of them, so maybe I can show that later, but close enough to it, I got a Bazoodle from Zoids Wild.
Oh, Bazoodle.
I got the HMM Gun Sniper.
Ooh.
From Kotobukiya, their Megalamaria line. I got this character named Mephisto.
What's Megalamaria? That looks cool.
So they've got these really posable robotic people. They're not like human. So, like a look at the back here. They're like super articulated figures from Kotobukiya.
Cool.
Anyway, base figure. I thought I'd give it a try. Looked really cool. One last.
That's from Kodo?
That's from Kodo, and also from Kodo. One last Zoid thing. I got the weapons for my Koenig.
Yeah, that's really sweet. It's like missile packs, front armor, and a double-barreled sniper.
Yeah, did you get that for your Koenig?
No, I opted against it.
Oh,
just for the thing that I'm doing. But if I was doing it just to stand alone on the shelf, that's definitely something I would put on it.
From Motoroid, I got the M2 Exceed Rhino from Bang Bravern.
Oh, wait, where did you get that? Because
this is from Big Bad.
You got yours from.
I got mine from Big Bad.
I think. I'm trying to think if
What's
that's
wrong?
the thing I pre-ordered. Is that the one that's like very curvy and has a wing pack with it?
Oh, you're gonna make me bend over. Okay. Yes.
See the side.
Looks like it.
Okay, that's close to
kind of
what I
squats
pre-ordered.
like a scope dog.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got Super Mini Plaw Police or Brave Police J Decker.
Nice.
I have not watched this show, but he looked so cool I had to get him. He's like a little police car with a big police truck.
Nice.
Cool super
How
robot
many
stuff.
mini pla have you snapped, Ian?
Quite a few, mostly the
Okay.
Super Sentai stuff. I got some eBay winnings. I bid on and won a Zoids Z Block Buster Eagle.
That's sick.
Yeah. This was one where when I was a kid, there was a Toys R Us inside the Lloyd Center. It's a local mall for us. And they had Zoids at that time. My grandmother always gave us like a budget of things we can pick up. And this was always one of those ones that was out of budget. So now I finally have it after all these years.
Now you're a big boy.
Take that,
I'm
Grandma.
a big boy now. Take that, Grandma. But also, things that were in budget from Toys R Us were guys like this, which is the Zoid Z Builder Nightwise Owl. I actually did have this. This might be from the box that I gave Lang a while ago for his boys. Maybe. But it was definitely one that I had. I missed it dearly, so now I got it back, and it was like a $6 bid. I won. No one else bid on it.
Nice.
Mainly
That's
because I
easy
threatened
peasy.
Jonathan. Jonathan's like, "Oh, look, there's this owl Zoid. It's like $6 to bid on." And I was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it! I'm bidding on
Put the
that."
fear of God in that
That's
boy.
Nice.
And lastly, I think Lang might have already showed this off a week ago. I got my
I didn't.
Hemosian, whatever, Lone Shadow Collector's Edition.
Yeah. I got one too.
Dan got one too.
I have one, but it's the standard version.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have like all the little bits on it.
It was what?
So
The display base and then some options for crazy people who actually like buy a bunch of the one Dan has.
Yeah.
If they army build the one that Dan purchased, then this set comes with a bunch of options to make your own custom ninjas with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
That's it.
We got to celebrate our differences.
If you know, you know. All right. What's next, guys?
What
Well,
is next?
Did you pick anything up, Lang? Did you buy anything? Do you even buy model kits anymore?
I have two
Or is it
orders
just
on the
toys?
way. I have 2 orders on the way from Sugar Mama and from eBay. I won a Zoid as well.
Ooh?
It's a War Shark that's on the way.
No, that's not its
It
real
was
name.
supposed to be
That's
here
not
end
its
of
real
the
name.
week. I was really excited.
I thought it was called the War Dick.
It's called the War Dick.
Yeah.
And it's called that name, and it's hilarious, and it's in like sea animal, so I had to get it. So it's on the way. I think it's
We're all
coming from
Zoiding.
Canada.
We're Zoiding out. We got Zoid Rage.
Zoiding, boys.
Yeah, I was shopping. I have my eyes on another one that I was talking with good old Silverfang, and I think I'm gonna try and pre-order a Strum, whatever it's called.
Oh,
That
Sturm
one's really
Tyran.
cool. Sturm Tyrant.
Yeah.
That one's really cool. I want that one. So yeah, that's why I didn't get anything. Everything's on its way because stuff takes a little bit longer from Japan and from eBay now. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Ooh, nope.
What do we?
It's because Mama has switched shipping
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah, I think we drained Mama dry, and she can't afford DHL anymore.
Yeah. So bless
Which
Mama.
is-
She still has great prices
Yeah.
on stuff, and hard to find things over here in the States. Bless Mama.
We were so lucky.
But also,
we were so lucky to
Mama-
have free DHL because that the Lone Shadow kit that I got mine off HLJ. This whole box was $45. Okay. When I go to ship this damn thing, it was $85 to ship. So my $45 kit became a $120 some kit.
Barf.
That's criminal.
I'm never doing HLJ again. I'm tired of it. And not to mention, everything that I order is on back order for over a year. Like, I still never got the MGSD Barbatos that I pre-ordered from them on day one of it coming out. Yeah.
Do you have one though? Or
I do have one now.
Okay.
I purchased it myself, and they can just continue to harass me for not paying for their stuff. So I'm not doing it anymore. And they can close my account. Don't care. Sorry, that got heated. Hey guys, what are we working on?
So I am currently in the middle of doing this Koenig diorama. I've got it all sculpted and base painted, and then now I'm doing all the shading on it.
A rock or a phallic?
What is that? What is that face, Ian?
It's phallic. Anyway.
It's not phallic. Look. Look at that. What?
Maybe a little.
Slightly.
You guys, it's a stinking rock.
Rocks can be like that too.
Mm-hmm. Can I just...
Yep.
You know what?
It's looking great, Dan.
No, I don't want to talk about it
Are
anymore.
you not?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
It does
Ian,
look great.
what are you working on?
I completed a Zoid related to the Bazoodle. I built
Is it the
Ganon toys?
Okay, so I saw that, and it comes in a 2-pack, right?
No, it's just one turtle. So I guess from what Silver told me, that this Zoid's Wild Turtle was like available in the US for order, but this other Bazoodle one that I got never was. So like a running variant, I think.
But does it crack open?
Oh, it does.
And,
I'm not going to be able to...
Oh, yes.
Well, maybe I can hold it in my hand while it does it. So open the shell. Open the shell. Open the shell. This is great for all the audio-only listeners.
I kind of like that a lot.
Right? Nope, that fell out. Oh, no! It's all falling apart. This is going really well for stream.
See, that's more phallic.
There we go.
What?
Oh my god!
It's aimed right at Dan.
That's
on my
what I'm
screen
talking
now.
about.
Open your mouth, Dan. Anyway.
What's up, kids? We're gonna be in trouble for this one.
Yeah, we will. Lang, what you working on?
Guys, I'm like so beyond frustrated with this stupid MG 7 Swords Buster Sword. I have gone over this thing. I had about 2 or 3 ideas that I tried doing. None of them came out very well, and I've had to redo it, resand it, re-clean it up at least 4 or 5 times. And I've got to get this done before, in 3 weeks from today, we will be in Seattle competing, and I'm to the point where like I'm not even going to use that one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting close. I have this last venture to see how it's going to look, and then I'm done. I'm so done with it.
I saw you post on Instagram that you're looking for a replacement blade.
Yep. I just want the blade. I'm really debating just replacing the blade entirely. I have worked on it so much that the plastic has gotten so thin and brittle and just
Oh,
it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna keep trying to save it. I have a few folks that have reached out saying, "Well, I have the kit," so I'm debating worth
right.
of just starting over on
Yeah.
that. So
How integral is that sword to the whole look of the thing?
that's the debate. If I just want to just no thank you to the big MG7 swords, the blaster, and the saber, I think I'll be okay just
Oh,
without that.
so
And everything else is
to
pretty
put
well
it in my
done.
head, your custom is like pretty much all the 00 variants into one with the
It's the
riser,
seven.
the seven sword.
It's the riser seven. It's the XN riser with the seven swords,
Yeah,
everything with it, and just taking off the big shoulder cannon and sabers that come with the seven swords is the debate right now.
gotcha. Oh, yeah.
So it's hard. It's really hard. I'm gonna try this last go at it. I've been so mad.
Mm.
I mean, we're going to probably talk about this later during the questions thing, but I have multiple times during complex builds had something go poorly and I just completely nixed the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
happily and pivot to a different thing or just omit it completely. So that's, that's totally legit.
Yeah.
If you're feeling like you're done with it. Yeah. And I don't know like how much that kit costs. Like, what is it, like $60 or $70 or something
If that,
to
I
get
mean,
that sword?
If that.
I got I've gotten my worth out of it for building it, enjoying it, and possibly using part of it for this whole build. But I do have pieces from it already that I'm going to be using, so it's worth it for me. So I'm okay. We'll talk more about it later. That's what I'm thinking.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right into the meat and potatoes then, if we're all caught up on what we're working on. I didn't really get to talk about what I was working on because it just, as soon as I talked about it, everyone just made jokes about it and made fun of it and said it was stupid. So
I
we're
say
gonna
it was stupid. It's just
Yeah, the stupid was not a word said.
it's a cock rock.
it looked
We're
oh,
gonna have to do a disclaimer on this one.
Okay.
Dan's looking to open up a new IPMS category.
Let's go.
We love
Come
you,
on, let's
Dan.
go.
We love you so
Let's
much.
open it up. Open it up. Ready? So
I
we
expect
thought
the
we
same
would talk
ridicule for me.
about photography today. Let's talk photography. Now, it's an interesting topic because photography can be really subjective. And we have in our Discord, we have a photography channel that's been through some evolution, which has been really like a really interesting challenge to kind of go through as far as like what we want in the channel. And then also more broadly, when you post pictures online or what kind of software you're using, what your setup looks like, what your budget is, things like that. So we're going to talk about some tips that we've got, some cheap tips on how to make your photos, pop. And also we're going to talk about what our opinions of like a fancy photo versus a snapshot. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. Do either one of you want to start off, or do you want me to go ahead and go?
I'll start. I think for me, some of my experience when I first started on Instagram a number of years ago, and if you go look at mine at Skyfire Riser, you can see the evolution of my photos. If you're just starting out and just testing the waters, that's great. Finding what works for you, because I felt like I'm just going to use this filter and use it for all of my things. And slowly that evolved to, oh, yes, I'm using that filter, but there's what kind of background or backdrops I'm using, and little things that I started seeing helped put the focus on whatever I was taking a photo of. A big thing that I did for a long time is separate from Gundams, I had another hobby Instagram where I would literally go outside of my back porch, and when the sun was down, and just have a couple of my outside lights on, almost provided a perfect lighting scenario when I put it on the My patio is just concrete, and it looked actually really good. Just a flat rock base
Mm-hmm.
with lighting directly on it and diagonal with that backdrop as the floor. It kind of worked perfectly. You got to keep it simple. If you just take a photo, that's all it is. You're not lots of us just take like, here's an update my workbench of my kit. That's great. It's an update. But when you're really trying to make a photo shoot, you've got to put a little bit more into it, and it's not that hard.
Yeah, so kind of what Lang's kind of pointing to a little bit, which makes me think, is that what even my snapshots that I do of like work in progresses, I also compose those. I think about how I'm going to take the shot. I think about what the people who are going to see it, like how they're going to view it in terms of like angle and what I'm trying to show off with my work in progress. And I do go in there and I make sure that my focus is right on the piece. I make sure that the background doesn't have a bunch of clutter, so it removes from the work in progress shot so they can actually see the image. And I also I go in there, I add a little bit of soft vignette on there, and I try to get that bokeh just right, which goes back into the focus. So even my work in progress shots, I'm always thinking about how to make my photo look or have more impact. Now, especially with finished products, you spend hours and hours and hours on your kit. You want to spend at least 10 minutes figuring out how to take a picture of it, because your finished work, you want to show it off and it's in its best light. So lighting is really important. One of the things, there's for me, there's like two types of photos. You can have sharp light, which creates lots of contrast on your piece, or you can have diffused light. Diffused light you can achieve easily with putting a piece of paper towel over your light. It diffuses that light a little bit, makes it softer. Sharp light, you get that light closer to your subject, and it really casts those high contrast shadows. And you can move that light around. It could be a desk lamp, it could be in your kitchen with your lights on. You just hold the paper towel over your model with one hand, and you take the picture with your camera with the other. A lot of cameras nowadays have spot focus, so you tap on the camera on the image and it will focus on that thing. A lot of cameras have macro lenses now on their phones, so you can switch to macro. I've also found that zooming in to 2x, so you're still in the you're not digital zoom, You're still doing the optical zoom. There's a big difference. Digital zoom is where you've zoomed in so far that the image it becomes grainy. But I found 2x is a really nice spot. You go 2x and then you move away from the model, and it gives you a lot of depth, but you also retain a lot of detail. So that's a nice little tip for folks.
Yeah.
If you're looking to upgrade your current setup, you can do that really easily with like a $20 photo booth on Amazon. They're like 20 or $24 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have options built into it with LEDs and diffusers and, backdrops, different colors. You can experiment with all that. That's a really cheap way. Yeah, and they fold up really nice. Yeah. That's a really cheap way to take your photos from 0 to like 100, like instantly. Yep. Photo booths make a massive difference in your photography.
Yeah.
This one is just a box that literally has the lights pre-installed with half a dozen backdrops, and it's about a 18 by 18 by 18 box, give or take, which is easily an average MG size.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing too, when you're going through your photos, try not to, it's really tempting, but there's a little setting where you can turn on noise, like noise cancellation or optical noise. It's called different things on all the different cameras. Do you know what I'm talking? Noise suppression. You guys know what I'm talking about?
On the camera?
Yes.
Not off the top of my head.
It's a slider, and it makes things look fuzzier. It removes detail from your picture, but it also removes all the imperfections and stuff of your paint jobs and things like that. I do see a lot of folks crank that noise suppression all the way up. And then when you zoom in, as modelers do when they want to see the details of the things, they zoom in. Nothing has straight lines anymore on the model. They're all a little bit wavy, and it looks kind of like it was painted with watercolor. Don't do yourself the disservice of hiding your flaws with that slider. Take the picture as it is, edit your color correction, edit your white balance, get your contrast, your exposure set how you like it, and then leave it like that. Let your work stand on its own. You're never, me looking at someone's model who takes a nice clean picture, I'm not going to be like, oh, look at all this crap, like look how this paint doesn't match up right here, whatever. I can appreciate the photo personally. I can appreciate the photo a lot more if it's just taken raw like that. That's my personal taste.
Nice. Ian, questions, comments from your end?
I am so new and noob to photography, so I'm just going to take in everything you've just said.
Well, let's just ask this, Ian. When you're hopping on Instagram or something else, what are some of the things that stand out to you as kind of a novice? Like, oh, I wish I could do that. What do you look for?
Definitely with any kind of photoshopping and image editing, the things I want to learn and how to do.
Sure, but like on the image itself, what catches your eye the most? Is it what Dan's talking about? Do you like certain styles, certain angles? What do you like to find?
I don't know. I haven't put thought into that.
No. One thing that for me that I keep seeing that I wish I did a little bit more of, rotating videos. When they do just a simple display and it just rotates nice and slow. I think it's Akira Builds or something like that does these amazing builds and just does slow rotations. I wish I did more of that and because I can do video editing very well. Video editing I haven't ventured into as much. That's something I really want to do.
Is it like he rotates the kit, or is it like on a turntable?
Turntables mostly.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter who turns it. I just really like seeing that just simple turns. Dan's been doing an excellent job. He has a setup where the camera will go around the item and then, which is a whole different kind of setup, but oh yeah, I like that.
Another cheap option, if you have an airbrush booth, it most likely came with a little spinning turntable, kind of like what I've got this thing on right now. Stick that in your booth, put your model on it on the pose. You can put a piece of cheap, so like on Amazon again, just search acrylic mirror and you can find 12 by 12 inch acrylic mirrors. Set that on top of that spinny table thing, put your model on the pose on that, and then take pictures. And then you can rotate your model and look for the angle, like, oh, that's a cool angle. Take another picture, rotate it more. Oh, there's the back angle. Different angles and stuff like that. But having the ability to spin your model inside your booth, that's a pro tip. Like, you can get a lot of unexpectedly cool pictures just from messing around with it and that rotating base.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Very cool.
One of the things I noticed a lot on Instagram is like everyone has a different style with both how they paint, how they model, and how they decal, and then how they take their photos. I personally, some of the guys that model on there that are just killing it, in my opinion, are the ones that have these like hyper clean pictures where their colors are just really beautiful and everything, and then they have these shots with a white background, just really accentuates the model. Like, I really dig that style to look at, but for me, like, my pictures, they never have a white background. So it's kind of like a weird juxtaposition in my brain. Like, I like to look at that, but I also like to do my own thing. So you'll find, the more you take pictures and the more you look at, every single person's going to have a different style, which is one of the cool things about photography.
For jumping on that with the background, if you don't, this is a personal beef, and if you do this, it's not against you. It's just me because I want to see more of your kit. High contrast. If you have a black background, but you painted your kit in really dark colors, I'm not going to be able to see it much. Like switch up to even a gray or light gray. I prefer white if it's a high contrast so I can see more of your kit. I want that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So like you can get, just like when an artist is painting and they keep adding more and more and more, you can get really carried away with the sliders in your editing software. Or like if you're trying to get a moody look, you can get really carried away with it, and then you lose so much of the model's even silhouette, with if your picture gets too moody. Or vice versa, like white background, white model kit, pick contrasting colors.
Yep.
And don't be afraid to do backgrounds that are like a yellow background or a blue background or whatever. We have a member in our club that paints, what is it? I
Like
think they called
Starry
it like,
Galaxy.
yeah,
Yeah.
hand paints these little dioramas, I guess, or I think they're called like mats or something like that. Like they used to do in the old sci-fi movies. They paint them up and then they put their model in front of it. Super cool idea. And it is contrasted with the white of the mobile suit. They did a new Gundam, and it looks beautiful. It looks great. It's super creative too. It's another outlet for that modeler. So you can try to incorporate those things in there as well. But for the beginner, get yourself a light booth. Instead of buying that high grade this week, buy a light booth. Do yourself a favor.
And don't stress out about it. It's fun. Like I'll knee by the kitchen table and just fiddle with it and play with it and just take a lot of photos. Even though when you take the photo you think, oh, that's not good, take it, save it, then go mess with all the ones that you can edit with. Don't just take one and think that's not good and delete it right there. Don't do that. Save all your photos, go back and then look through them on the computer or on your phone.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I play with it so much. My 7-year-old, he says, Dad, leave it up, and he'll come put his Pokeplunt in it and take pictures. It's really cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Make it fun.
So speaking of saving pictures, that triggers me in another direction. Also, it's the software you use. A lot of phones have baked in software, which is great. If you want to try something different, Adobe Lightroom is excellent, and I believe there's a free version of it. That's very light. It's very lightweight, super easy to use, and user friendly. And you do maybe like 2 or 3 photo shoots, 3 different kits. And you'll have the basics down very well as far as how to use the software. And there's a ton of tutorials online on how to use it. But I didn't know what I was doing with that software when I first started using it, and I figured it all by myself. And so, like I said, it's very simple, very easy to use. Definitely buy that software,
I'm gonna save that
or
later.
not buy it, but get the software. Yeah.
Definitely saving that for later.
Yeah, I don't think I've paid for Lightroom, and I still use that here now and again. Most of the stuff I do. I really like Instagram simple editing stuff when you're posting photos. When you're posting photos on Instagram, it will ask you like, "Hey, which filter do you want to use?" Fiddle with the edits, because when you edit and shift all the different variances from exposure, balance, contrast, highlights, vignette, all of those are all the things that make those filters for you. So play with it. Please play with your edits. I feel that's more important than just picking a filter. So
Yeah, filters. I don't like filters because they change everything. They change the color. They change the hue. It really messes with your color scheme that you've picked up, or even just the kit if it's just snap built and top coated. I would recommend against using filters if you're trying to show off your model. If you want to take if you want to make it hyper stylized, I feel like that's what filters are for, and they service that need really well.
That's what I did for a long time. I think it was what was it called? X Pro filter. That was a lot of my photos when I first started Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they make the photo pop, and it looks really pretty. But the more advanced you get with your model craft, like you have gotten, Lang, the less you need to rely on popping your photo. And then you can just go in there and softly edit things like we were talking about.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Speaking of photos, Ian,
I do.
do you have some photos for us?
I do. I do have a couple photos to show. So news. There's gonna be a couple news things to show off here.
Nice.
Um, they are small, but they are by no means cheap. So the first item I have here is the RXF00. I think they call this the glass feather equipment. So there's a Gundam Next Future Pavilion that's starting on April 13th in Japan, and it goes all the way into like October. But that Gundam RX 78FOO, that's the big walking Gundam that used to be in Japan. So this is coming out for the pavilion. This is a no grade 1 to 144th scales with high grades. Let's see here. There's a bit of
I
the
thought it was going to be
construction.
entry grade.
We'll get there. There's something going on here. But it's really cool, nice clear parts that go into it. None of this color separation is a part of the plastic, though. Like the 2 tones of blue and the 2 tones of red, that's all painted. But otherwise, it's a good looking
What do you mean
kit.
it's painted? Like
This
like
is
the person?
This is a painted. These are painted product samples.
Yeah, because if I remember right, those wings weren't clear. Those are stickers, aren't they?
I believe that these are clear blue plastic
If they
pieces.
were clear,
Like
go to that
look at the
next
shoulder.
photo.
Which one? Go back.
To the wing you just showed. No, to other direction. Sorry.
This one?
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they're clear, they would go through the wing right there.
It's looks like clear blue plastic, and it probably has a chrome foil behind it for the light reflection that makes you think it's see-through.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's cool. It looks like it's got articulated sub arms off the backpack. I think also all the bits separate. They're like little gun bits as well, and you can rearrange them and fold them.
If this thing is a painted sample, like the kit that people buy is going to look like absolute dog barf.
So like on this photo here, all the gray sections with the white border, it's supposed to be like all white plastic. Painted. Yeah. It's a very heavily painted product sample.
Did we see this in Japan?
You might have seen a product sample.
This.
It'll be available in a week? This is April 5th. Yeah, April 13th is when the pavilion starts. It runs until October.
I feel like it was just the base kit with just wings, those boosters and arms. I don't remember those. That's just me.
I don't know. I'm just like, the fact that it's not color separated is really strange. But they're showing all this color separation. That's a very weird way
It's a very bad advertisement, I think.
Yeah.
Because I would be very upset to open this and find this all. I think it's all dark blue. This chest. I mean, not the yellow.
And what about the red? The red on the
red
waist
is just like look at the shield. It's just the same red. None of that darker red is there at all. Same with the yellow. It's just somebody went and painted it, and that's their sample.
So,
do we have images of the kit unpainted?
They are out there. Let's see. I want to keep going here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so moving on here is another example. This is the same type of Gundam, also for the next Future Pavilion, but this is for the entry grade. So in the past, I think around January, they announced that they're going to do an entry grade version of this Gundam here. And for the entry grade is a separate add-on set for this glass feather equipment. So this is a better example of what it's going to probably look like. All unpainted stuff. All these blue things are just big old stickers.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And not even the arms don't even open up. The sub arms on the backpack there. They're just big, hollow, ugly pieces.
Yeah. Ew.
But what sucks about it is that it has this
even the weapon down there bottom right.
I know, but it has this really cool gun with like a big folding fan or solar panel thing on it. But looking through photos, and this is the no grade 1/144th version. This doesn't come with the gun, but the entry grade comes with this little gun, or this add-on set comes with the gun.
Oh, that's
That
interesting.
stinks.
That's how
But
they get you.
okay, there's another example. So it's like the gun folds. It has like a folded storage mode, mounts to the arm, and unfolds. So here's what the entry grid looks like. So you see the chest here, how it's all one solid dark blue.
Right.
That's what the no grade is going to have. So all that light blue is just painted on.
Very strange.
Yeah.
I love the design of this thing.
I do
think
too.
it's amazing, and I'd love a master grade of it. Like I would buy that up instantly.
No way.
Um,
They have no grade 1/100s of this the Gundam statue, but nothing so far for this equipment.
Sure. I just love the crystal blue effects all over everything, and it makes it look a little chunkier, and the booster and the sub arms, like, so cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I don't know if any of this will be on Premium Bandai at all. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Hopefully there's a way for people that can't make it to this event can obtain it. Or through our good old Surugia, maybe Mandarake. But they will be at a hiked up price.
And this is the same model that has the new life size, right?
Yeah, this is the one that's kneeling with its arm up into the air. As the new, it's reuses pieces from the statue. Yeah, that's this guy.
That's cool. Yeah.
And this photo here just highlights you have to buy the entry grade separately and then buy this add-on
I have to freaking buy it?
No.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the box.
Okay,
this is the box of the no grade.
Huh.
Oh, dude, that box
really
art is
good.
freaking rad.
Mm-hmm.
Like the art on the left, that's sick.
Gundam and Pilot vibing in space.
Feather unit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moving on here, we're gonna talk about G-Frame. This is a premium Bandai set. I do have to remember the full name of this thing, so bear with me here.
Are those like lances or are those cannons?
So this is called the RX-93 New Gundam Long Range Fin Funnel and HMBL equipment.
It's kind of cool.
So I do know that this thing first appeared on Gundam UC Engage, the kind of gacha mobile game. But the RX-93 has been out before for G-Frame, and this is just another premium Bandai set. So it's probably going to be like
I like
a lot of money to import.
Look at the length.
Yeah. Oh, this long range fin funnel was off of the that Gundam Park one, the Yokohama. Was it? Wait, no. Was it Yokohama? No.
What?
It's where the current. Yes, it's the current new Gundam statue. The current new Gundam statue that's like the blue and the red.
Yeah.
So that's the same fin funnel.
Like the Gundam base HG that we've been seeing too, right?
Yeah, that has an RG and an entry grade, and our buddy Mike built one.
Yeah,
that's a lot going on for a G-Frame. That's pretty sick.
Is. And you'll be paying for it.
I think what do you think the price is going to be?
Well,
or do you
import price. I mean, technically, Big Bad Toy Store tends to get these premium Bandai G-Frames, and they love marking a character or a figure like this up to like $80 to $90.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's garbage. Don't buy that.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Don't support that. That's bad.
I've seen
this is a 3-inch, maybe 4-inch figure. That's not even a model kit, really. Well, it is a model kit, but that's terrible. That pisses me off.
It should retail for about $50 at most from Premium Bandai.
Oh, that's terrible too.
Premium Bandai.
Premium Bandai.
Am I out of the loop here or something? What the frick,
it's
man?
It's going to be limited. That's going to be limited,
yeah.
Already.
Anyway,
I think I just pooped.
It's the new train. The new train.
Yeah.
Get on the new train, bud.
If you love it, buy it. I'm good. Because
No.
honestly, all that's new for me is that one super long lance-like funnel.
Dude,
Yeah.
you would recommend someone buy this thing for $80 or $90? That's your recommendation?
I didn't recommend that. I'm just telling you that's what usually the
Are
U.S.
you
import price.
are you gonna get it, Ian?
I am not getting this.
Okay.
But I felt like it was worth showing off because it's something kind of obscure, and only if you
I mean,
play like
yeah,
a
here-
mobile game,
yeah.
you know what. Have you ever seen this thing?
Let me walk back a little bit here. If you, you're free to spend your money however you want. I'm just saying, like, I think that's outrageous. The price is outrageous.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Interesting. Thanks, Ian.
that's all I've gathered for news this week.
Fantastic.
The news of the week. So what do you say, guys? We get into some questions.
Boy, howdy.
Some burning questions from the community.
Let me quadruple check while I'm pulling up the questions just to make sure that there wasn't any that I missed, because our Disco,
I think we
West
have a
Coast
lot.
Gunpla Alliance. Yeah, we have a few
We're gonna be
for
good.
sure. Thank
We're
you for
good.
everybody. In the future, you guys have been doing such a good job at questions. I think I might need to do like a little giveaway for those that participate in this, because you guys make this happen, and I want to thank you guys for that. So stay tuned. First question, Ian. I'm going to start with you. Then we'll go to Dan. We'll go to me. What was the most stressful kit you worked on so far?
Most stressful. That's a good one. Quickly glancing at things I've built already, I would say the most stressful kit that I've put together so far would be. Oh, good lord.
We're all looking at different angles.
Well, let's see. For quick, damn it, I haven't built as much crazy kits as you guys have and done crazy things with kits.
Well, stressful or frustrating, or was like poor quality, just anything got you stressed.
Yeah.
I mean, that can mean like the kit that you hated building.
Good. Let's just say like anything that I've had to use a Gundam marker on has been frustrating, especially ones with yellows. I can never get that to apply evenly. Yeah, I haven't. Mostly everything I've built has been a joy. I mean, I can quickly change that if I go and probably build one of the old Zoid HMM kits. I'll probably have an answer for you.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't had that much stress with building.
Dan's going to do a show and tell here, but he went muted. So while he's getting that, I'll go. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, so my least favorite, most stressful build of my entire career is this stupid bus of
God.
Ariel. I hate this stupid. I hated it. It made me so mad, and I threw it. I've never done that before. I threw it across the room, and Ian was like, "What are you doing? It's a bottle!" And I was like, "I hate it." And then he built it for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I didn't even finish it.
The instructions.
I didn't even finish it.
The instructions were awful. I don't blame you.
Makes me. I don't even know why I want to throw it right now. Should I do that? Should I throw it right now?
It's
For
your
those
toy.
of you YouTube,
It's
get
your
ready.
toy.
Anyways, and not only that, but it costs a lot of money. This I spent $40. I spent $40 on this stupid dumb
Throw it.
thing. Here, I'm going to
He's
turn it on.
looking
Hold
at
on.
it longingly. He is a little bit.
While I mess around with this thing, Lang, why don't you tell us what?
Sure.
Yeah.
Frustrating, I think, for me. I have a couple. The MG Exia Avalanche was a bit of a frustration when it was one of my first MGs. That one was it was the shoulder connections with those were a pain. That stood out to me. Supernova Wing. It is pointy. It is very fidgety and hard to stick because it's a third party. It's beautiful, and I do love that part, but for frustration and stressful, it's that. And then on a custom build, I have two is the full mechanics Vidar with the resin. Since it was my first time with resin, it was really nerve wracking. And then right now, like I mentioned in the intro, oh, there's Dan's. There it is.
It doesn't even show up like the red in the chest. That's it.
You need to do your own LEDs.
Okay. That's the problem.
And then, like I mentioned, this sword doing plot plate for me, it's a personal thing. If once I start really diving in and customizing, I'm my own worst enemy. So it's my biggest frustration. Dan, to ease your hatred for that kit, what was the easiest kit you've? Oh,
I do. Looking around and thinking about when I was building kits, I do have a couple just real quick. They're not as bad as anything you guys have mentioned, but for example, the high grade Leo, the ankle armor. I'm pretty sure if I shake it, it's just going to come unpegged. But if you've built an HG Leo, you know that these things love popping off constantly. And
Pop
then
off.
grabbing, I'm afraid to grab it. This is the high grade Dom Tropin from Stardust Memory.
Yeah,
you're holding it in a certain way. Yeah.
If I so much as shake a little bit, all those are going to come falling off.
I can see.
So those are a couple that I just thought of.
Nice. How about the easiest kit you've worked on? Dan, start us off, and then Ian to you.
Yep.
Well, the easiest kit, I mean, it's going to have to be something like probably that Grandpa, the revisioned, whatever it is. I don't know. Easy kit? I don't know.
This right here, little Zoids turtle. What Takara Tommy does with some of their Zoids like this one is everything comes already cut off. No runners. It's all separated in baggies for you. And honestly, I think this took me 30 minutes to build. The Zoid's 30-minute missions.
Are there any nub marks when it arrives?
Yeah, there's nub marks on this thing.
Okay.
So there's a bit of cleanup, but as far as work goes, it's already all separated and everything. So I think this is the most easiest thing I've ever built.
Yeah. The gun blaster was also very simple. It was on runners, but it was very easy. I built it during one of the Monday night builds. So, I mean, yeah.
For me, easiest. I've been getting a lot of these little guys, the ensemble ones that have been really easy and a lot of fun. This last Monday on our Monday night build nights, this was easy and hard, but once I got it going, this big boy. I built
the camera doesn't know
in
what to
one
do.
Sitting.
Oh, what the hell?
I know, it's a little tough. It's a Promare.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's zoom in, zoom out. It was a lot of fun. Easy, and for what it is, it's kind of amazing. So I'm excited for this one. I'm going to be detailing that one here pretty soon.
Yeah, that'll be a cool kit to see what you do with.
Least favorite song and why? Least favorite song for me. I'm going to say it. I might get hate, but country. I'm just not a big country guy. It's not one particular song.
That's a genre, Lang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna poop an entire genre?
I am,
dude. Let me show you some country songs that'll blow your
Lang's
mind.
not turned on by a John Deere.
There's some good country songs out there.
Okay. In high school, I worked on a dairy farm, and I would turn on "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy" when I'd be driving a tractor around in a tank top and cowboy boots and Levi's. Put that in your brain pan.
It's in my pan.
That's the one song I enjoy. That's the one song I did enjoy. Since then, I just don't like it. That's my least favorite musical genre.
I don't know like what my least favorite like song is, but like I will say there's a genre of I think it's like R&B or something. It's all muddled now, hip hop, R&B, like all that stuff. Where they do this auto like I don't have a problem with autocorrect, but they do this like
Auto
weird
tune.
auto tune. They do this weird thing with like this. I call it the goat whinny when the person's singing, and it sounds like it's weird. I don't know what that is, but like if I hear that in
I
a
think that
song,
was
I'm instantly like, ugh, it's gross. You know, there's some songs that who's the guy who drinks Bud Light?
There's a few of them out there.
The guy with all the face tattoos. I'm totally drawing a
T-Pain.
blank.
Or no, not T. Oh my
What?
gosh, Post Malone.
Post Malone, yeah, he's great. I love him as an artist and a person, but he has a couple of songs where he does the goat whinny in it, and it just kind of drives me a little bonk. So it's the goat whinny.
Have you ever listened to Jelly Roll at all?
Yeah. I think they do that a lot too.
It's kind of like Post Malone's, but it's more country. I do like listening to him. As far as music I hate, whatever the Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion stuff, singing about large units and wide loads. That's not for me.
It just don't do nothing for you.
It doesn't do nothing for me.
Well, we're gonna have a fun playlist on our road trip up to Seattle. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna educate. I'm gonna pick out like 2 good country songs. I'm not a fan of country, but I am a fan of like the old school country music.
Oh yeah. I felt a little something in here when I heard that Toby Keith passed away.
Yeah.
Toby Keith, and I listened to a lot of Garth Brooks when I was real little because my parents would put Garth Brooks on.
Next question.
All
right. Cities you'd like to visit. I'll start, Ian, then Dan. Mine is really simple. I've always wanted to go to the Maldives. That's one city I want to visit over in India. So bad. Underground, like underwater hotels and whale sharks and manta rays.
Whoa.
That's where I want to go.
I'd love to visit Japan. Any Japan.
Yeah.
Ian, you would put us to shame on how well you would be knowledgeable.
You are gonna need to put me on a leash. You gotta get me one of the little animal like baby leashes.
We'll just put an Apple AirTag on you and just set you loose, and then we'll come pick you up before it gets dark.
Put a little tracker and see like all those.
We'll find him in a corner in some random shop, just like crying because he put
turn your back and
into
find
a
out I have to take
gashapon
3
machine.
trains to get away from you.
Dan, what about you?
I mean, city I'd like to visit. I don't know. Is Bora Bora a city or is that a country?
Wait, was the question where you want to visit or cities you've been
you'd
to?
like to visit.
Oh, would like to. Okay.
So anywhere tropical, a beach. I just want to go to tropical places. It's for me, yeah.
Nice. Next question is a hobby you would have liked to learn if you didn't do models.
Oh, a hobby that you'd like to do if models wasn't controlling your life?
Yeah.
It'd be pottery for me. Pottery spinning. That whole thing looks it looks very zen and very like an extension of your hands is creating a thing.
Think of Patrick
Swayze.
I've
also yes, I want to be haunted. Real bad. So get me that wet clay, baby.
Ian?
I would really appreciate to be better at working on cars.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I'm in my 30s now, and I can change oil. I can change a tire. Don't ask me to replace a whole anything. Brakes, yeah. Yeah, that's something I probably can't do on my own is replace brakes.
Not as easy.
Brakes are actually pretty easy.
Yeah. Drum
I'd have
brakes
to
take
are
the-
not easy.
If you can take the tire off the car, then you can replace the brakes pretty simply.
tutorial then.
A hobby. There's two for me. Is one, I wish I was better at PC building. Like,
Oh,
I'm very.
Let's add that to me as well.
Yeah, I'm very. Like, I know a lot of. Like, I've seen the Henry Cavill video of him building a PC. I know GPUs, CPUs, the whole set. I know of them. I've just never done it, but it is an expensive and addictive hobby, especially right now.
And you are steps ahead of me then.
Yeah. So, and the other one is fishing.
Oh my gosh, Lang, I'm a big fisherman.
Are we going to go fishing, guys?
Yes.
I would
Podcast while we fish.
Yes.
Can we do that though? Can we seriously do that? Because I get my fishing license every year, and I'm always looking for people to go fishing with me.
We would
And I have
record it
all
like
the gear.
record it like the air museum.
Yeah, but it
Exactly,
wouldn't be
yeah.
a lot of background announcements or anything. No, honestly, I mean, we're in Oregon, which I keep hearing, and my brother keeps telling me is like one of the best places in the world to fish. So I'm just like, I've got to do it. I need that. I need water, whether like Dan, it was coast or running over to the ocean or something. I need more water.
Dude, let's go fishing today.
If I didn't have two performances to go to for my kids, I would.
I've never been fly fishing. Let's try fly fishing.
I also, yeah, that's another part of it, because I can see myself focusing on like making the flies. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
I made a bunch in grade school. I think I was like a Cub Scout, and we did make some. They're
Nice.
gone. They're old. Wish I kept them.
So that's for me. Next one, I've got one ready to go. Worst job you've ever done, whether it's model or occupational. Occupational, I used to do mold and disaster cleanup. That was a hard one. Lots of bodily fluids, lots of backed up sewers, lots of mold. There was one case where somebody said, I think I have some mold. We took down a wall, and it was like a 6 foot by 6 foot slat of just black mold that we found.
Oh,
that was
Lord.
A nasty worst. That was the worst one. I had a shift that was 21 hours straight one day.
Oh,
that was hard. That's my worst. Dan?
Gosh, worst job I ever had.
And I could say model or occupational. I went with occupational.
Yeah, I mean, so let's go model. So like, I built. It wasn't technically a model, but it was a project. I built that beam rifle that was made out. It was printed out of PLA or printed out of PL, whatever the filament stuff is. And that it's just. I hated the whole thing, the whole process. It made me so frustrated trying to like fill all the like it made me hate. That's why I bought a resin printer. It's because the lines from the printing, they're so bad on this print. I don't know if the guy just like
probably did a speed one for the bulk of
probably. I mean, whatever. Yeah, the guy who printed it for me did a terrible job. A lot of the parts had like messes on them and problems, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you just put some Bondo on it and sand it." Like, okay, I have power tools, bro, and I was going at this stuff, and it took me forever to get these freaking lines out of this crap.
So in comparison, because I printed a thing for you, right? That little. Were the lines like that? Because that seemed pretty good, right?
No, your print was good. Like, your print was fine. Like I said, I don't know, but they were all. I'm not going to drop any names, so I'm just going to say it. Like that sucked. It was a sucky print. I've had some good prints, and that was a sucky print. And they were all proud of themselves. Like when I posted the thing, they're like, "Oh yeah, I printed that for them."
Yeah.
And I was like, you didn't do any work, though. You just printed it, and I did all the work.
Yeah.
I could go off on a tangent on this. But the project finished nicely.
We'll do that on Patreon.
But it was a bear.
Dan, we have a tangent. You'll go off in just a minute. Ian, what was your answer for this question?
Well, I don't have any hobby related ones. What comes to top of mind was years ago, as I was still an apprentice with my HVAC stuff, I had to suit up in full rain gear, wading trousers, go climb into a type of HVAC machine that blows air across running water. And the water runs down this, like, it's almost like cardboard, basically. It's like a wax coated cardboard material, the media that the water runs across. And this machine had it so bad with scaling because it was using, I think, city water to do that. So the scaling, and I was in wading gear because I was up to my freaking knees in silt, mud. And I was sitting there. I sat there with a big, deep, like 5-gallon shop vac, just sucking things out, dumping it out. It was like an entire day of doing that, and it smelled like sewage.
That sounds hyper interesting, though.
Yeah,
Like, that sounds like Dirty Jobs, Mike Groh type stuff.
Yeah,
it was close. There's been grosser on that show, but that felt, yeah, it was on topic.
Very cool. This is kind of a random one. It says, which kit gave you the most microplastics to inhale? So I feel like that means, like, which one did you have to sand down the most, maybe?
I think Dan answered that.
I mean, yeah, definitely that beam rifle. I've done a lot of resin sanding too, though, but I've found that I found out wet sanding is far better at dust control, or is great at dust control.
Mhm.
I didn't even think about that until someone on YouTube was talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay. So wet sanding helps a lot with that, but I didn't learn about that until after the beam rifle. So I've got plastic for days in my blood.
Yay!
Yeah.
My gun primer razors kick up a lot of dust. That's pretty much the most dust I've dealt with. I do have a couple resin add-ons I want to get to in the future, and I think that'll take the cake of things that I own that'll be dusty.
I think for me it was not Dan's resin brick, but I did some very small resin bricks that I had to do a lot of sanding on. That was a lot of micro plastics for me. Here's a fun one. How to downsize your backlog.
I know where that came from.
For me, downsizing, for me, I have kind of two personal rules that I try to abide by, but I fail at horribly. Is one, I have one shelving unit in my garage that I try to keep all of my backlog there, and I can't go past that. So that's one, like containing it to one area. And the second thing is timeline. If I've gotten a kit and I haven't done anything with it in years and I don't have plans for it, it's time. It's time to disconnect. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I downsize it. And the other part is, like, I do those Fampla freebies where I just do a fun custom and give it away, which that's helped me a lot. Just kind of keep the ball rolling versus accumulating, actually.
But then you run into situations where we go to shows and you've got nothing to put up because you give away all your customs.
That's true. And that's okay. That's okay.
It is okay.
Because now people have pushed me to spend a lot more time on them, and I just have one, and that's okay. And it's not about the competition. It's the road trip to the competition that what's important.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So I'll just sit on your model then on the way up. That's not a big deal.
Oh man,
it's about the trip.
Could you imagine how bent I would be if mine just like got destroyed and we opened up when we got there? I would be such a sourpuss.
I mean, anybody would, for sure, and rightfully so, if it got destroyed. You're going to have to pack that thing really well. It's got a lot of little pointy bits.
I know.
Yeah.
So, Dan, how to downsize your backlog? Sorry,
giveaways.
I popped over
and swap meets.
Yeah.
Every year we have a swap meet with the club. Meet, MEAT. We do barbecue or other things.
Salsa.
And everybody's
salsa.
everybody's welcome to come and bring their model kits and sell them. We encourage MSRP price. We don't encourage people to come in and blast people because it's a rare quote unquote kit out of print. So people get good deals. People get to empty out their backlogs a little bit. But
No.
if this is legitimately like, man, I've got too much in my backlog, well, you need to make some posts on eBay. Sell them on eBay.
Yeah, if you want
you will
profit,
sell
go
your
there.
kits. Yeah, you will sell your kits on eBay. Easy.
Or our Discord. Come on our Discord. We have a sellers forum.
Yes. If you come into our Discord, though, and you drop prices that are way too hot to handle, don't be surprised if you don't sell anything.
Yep.
But we definitely have a lot of collectors in the club. So if you've got some cool stuff you want to sell and like lighten that backload a little bit or backlog and get some money towards other kits or whatever, that's definitely an option.
Yeah.
Ian?
Well, late. Recently I have been looking at things of, yes, am I going to be getting to this anytime soon? Yes or no? Do I have a better version of this thing? A lot of stuff I've been getting rid of is because maybe I have a master grade and that's way better. Why do I have the high grade? Then it goes.
Yeah.
There's instances where I probably have multiple versions of the same thing. There's a lot of Zakus. Do I need every single Zaku that's out there? Absolutely not.
Maybe.
Maybe. So I am putting together a pile for. Actually, it's 2 piles now. I've got 2 big piles going to Seattle.
Nice.
We might have to borrow your the thing you've got, Lang, the bag that goes or the thing that goes on top of the van. Can we borrow that?
Sure.
Because we can fit some kits in there, right? Okay.
We can fit whatever. We can probably put our luggage. We'll fit stuff in there.
Especially recently, I've been getting rid of variants. I've got P Bandai variants that I don't need. Things that I impulsively purchased. I look back and okay, I bought this just because it was on sale. Why? I don't need it. I'm good.
Because you needed the wheel that goes around the guy, Ian. That's why.
That was no sale, dude. That was no sale.
That was one time, Lang.
That was one time.
I love that.
I'm looking at for example, sale things. I'm looking at those Kyokai Senki trailer trucks that I got like 70% off. They were like $10 each.
Right.
I bought those because they were $10 each, and I'm sitting
How many
there.
do you have?
I got 2 of those trucks.
Okay.
I was looking at them the other day, and it's like, I literally only bought these because they're on sale. I don't need them, and they're gonna go up to Seattle.
Yeah,
probably for $10 each. So yeah, just looking at it's this way of the scale. How much do I want it? Is there a better version of this thing that's already in my backlog? Then get rid of it. Do I have more than one of the same kit? Like, how many Zakus do I really need? That kind of stuff. And it's helped. I've got 2 big mountains of things now to get rid of.
Nice. Very cool.
And it's going to be implemented into future purchases too. I'm sitting there looking at hobby stores, and there are tons of models that I don't have, but maybe there's a better version out there that I can get. Then I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, for sure. Next question is, what is your favorite non-Gundam model you've assembled? And I'll just start off. It was that Suzuki Katana 1/12 scale that I got from Tamiya. I bought it on Sugar Mama. That thing was bonkers, dude. Like metal parts and pistons that work and springs and rubber tires, the whole nine. It had some seam lines that were terrible, like right in the middle of the fuel tank. But otherwise it was like such a beautiful kit to build. If you haven't built a motorcycle model kit and you're looking for something to cleanse your palate, if you're having if you're suffering from like burnout, look at a motorcycle. They're actually pretty cool. The bigger the better too, because bigger parts, more detail, stuff like that. So that's it for me. How about you guys?
In you go. I'm about to grab mine for visual.
What was the question? The best model I've ever put together?
Best model other than Gundam.
Best model other than Gundam. Other than Gundam, it's going to be 30 minutes. Zoids. The turtle. Let's just go these Zoids.
It's a pretty
I
good
can't
turtle.
think of anything else.
Lank's just digging through bins.
I am, and I got him. Okay.
Well, what is it?
Oh,
Here we go.
I'll come back.
Go ahead, Ian.
No, I'll come back.
No,
Your
good.
turn. I will come back.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Here he is. Tekkaman Soul. This is from the Tekkaman series. This thing is
More than the clear kit?
Oh, which one?
The clear Tekken Man?
Yes.
Do you like that one better than the clear one?
I do.
Really?
Yep, it's pretty close. I do love the clear.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, for those of you who know, I have almost all of the Tekkaman stuff. It's one of my favorite series. And I love, here I'm putting this together. He has a full setup where he has cannons and arms. He has, I don't know if we can see it here on visual. The arms inside are all mesh. Like it has detailed mesh on his arms and legs. The bulk of it, he's solid. I love this. It's almost like a 90s mecha design that's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, probably this one.
Sick. Ian went to go look for his kit, but he fell
I am back.
down and
I'm back. Quick example. The Super Sentai mini plaws.
Nice. Yep.
It's basically like handling the old toys. They work the same, but they have articulation.
Dude, it's so clean.
The color separation on these are really good. And then the better part is if it has a big carrier.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so
If it
rad.
has a big carrier that you can also purchase to store this guy in, he comes apart and stores inside just like the original toys
it's like it's like the quality of that and the detail is like it's pulled straight out of the show.
Dude,
yeah.
I have the original Mighty Morphin setup, and the Titanus still is motorized, still detailed. I freaking love that setup.
And then they store all the extra parts and hands and everything.
You have a giant one too, don't you? Like a huge carrier thing or something. You built it you had it at KimuraCon a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's back there.
Yeah,
it's
that thing
in a
was
box,
really cool though.
So, yeah.
I remember you were like super excited about it, and you got me all excited about it. I love that
it's like
thing.
a big spaceship. It opens up into like an aircraft carrier. Yeah,
Good times.
I remember.
Yeah.
What
was your worst experience at a store or vendor without naming names when purchasing a kit?
This one was targeted.
Why is this so funny?
You never. Good question. I'll go real quick. I think. What would it be for me? Worst experience at a hobby, was it specifically or just seller in general?
I mean, it could be like it says store or vendor, so it could
Vendor.
even be like eBay purchase or something. I guess I don't know.
For me, I think it's mostly. There's one seller I usually go through for collectibles that I just hate the fact of how long it takes for their flat rate shipping. It takes forever, and I hate it because for me, FedEx. Putting down FedEx. I'll name that. It just sits across over in Troutdale for days, and then it might come to me, and then it might go down to Salem.
That is
and then
FedEx.
Back. That's just all it. I haven't had any big throwdowns with specific scenarios. That one bugged. That always bugs me. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ian?
remember watching like FedEx tracking on like Big Bad Toy Store orders. They would go into Troutdale, up to Seattle, stay there for 2 days, then come back to Troutdale just to come back to me.
Yeah.
Man, bad purchases in stores, or just bad seller experience. I haven't had any in a while. I remember getting. I remember like when Big Bad Toy Store used to do vintage stuff. Like way back when, I remember getting some Beast Wars stuff that they said was complete, and it turned out it wasn't complete, and then these guys had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Like it was
they don't know.
missing parts that hide inside. It was like a Beast Wars bug. It turned into a beetle, and inside the beetle wings were like his guns, and those guys were like, I don't know, I didn't know those were there. Sorry.
Yikes.
That's that. I mean, otherwise, I'm not nothing bad really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this question is topical for a lot of reasons for me. So here's the thing, guys, and people listening: if you write a Google review, you're entitled to do that. That's free speech. You should be entitled to write a review of a store, and that's the end of it. But I wrote a review for a store because I went into the store multiple. I used to love this store. I used to love going into the store, and they had a kit there I really wanted to buy. It was $80. They had it priced at $80, and it was a $40 kit, and it was just because it was out of print. Now this is a store that sells model kits. It's like it has a very corporate feel to it, but some of the kits there, they run their prices like it's like an eBay store or something. They price things however they want, whatever the market's saying to do, as opposed to what
I think it
the
was also their
MSRP is.
distributor too. The distributor was selling things to them at what
Sure.
like the buyer would pay for.
And that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. However, the thing that finally made me so the first time I saw the kit, I went up to the front. And I was like, "Hey, can I buy this? Can you work with me on the price? It's $80. Like, how do you feel about like 60?" And they're like, "Nope." And I was like, "Okay." Then I saw it like another 3 months later, 4 months later, and I was like, "I'm gonna try again." So I go up to the front, and this time they take a long time looking at this kit, and they bring another, and this guy's like looking at his computer, and then he brings another guy over, and then he says to him right in front of me, "Did you check eBay?" And that was it. That's where I was like, okay, I'm done. So I wrote a review saying they checked eBay prices, and I didn't like that. I thought it was really scummy, blah blah blah. Then I got doxxed. So they found out that I was part of another club, and then that club changed their rules about how we aren't allowed, or we shouldn't write reviews that are negative about stores because we care about our stores more than we care about our club members not getting reamed on prices. It was disgusting. So long story short, folks, if you get burned at a store, write a review. Write a review. That's your right. In my review, I never stated that I was part of any club or anything like that. It was just about my experience in that club, or not club, but in that store. And since then, they have changed distributors, so their prices might reflect that, and I think they have started to. But I received responses from the store owner belittling me and completely missing the point of my frustration with how they were pricing their kits.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was so aggressive. They could have just been like, "Hey, sorry, we'll try to do better. We're always trying to do better." But they didn't. They tried to take it to me, take me to task for it. Really, really weird. You hear about this kind of thing like, "Hey, don't ever interact with your community in that way. Don't respond to people online if they're criticize your store." But this store doesn't know that, or they don't care, and they kind of try to come after me. Well, they look stupid. And now we've got a situation. I'm in a situation now where I don't feel comfortable going into that store anymore because they know me. They have a small group of employees, and they doxed me. They know who I am, which is so freaking weird for a store to do. Like, so many gross things about that store. I'm not going to obviously say who it is. Most people know, but hopefully, like, if they change things around, I will edit my review. If their prices go down and their employees treat people a little more respectfully, the review gets edited. That's how you do business. That's the point of reviews.
Yeah. So I'm going to piggyback on Dan because the same store, I went and did the same thing, and they did give me a discount months before. And so it's like,
Yeah.
you guys do this, work with us. So
Another thing too is there's another store up in Seattle that I love, and the guy that runs it is very transparent about why he prices his kits the way they do. So, because I've gone up to him multiple times and said, "Hey, how do you feel about working with me on this price?" And he does. He's like, "Hey, I paid this much for it. This is kind of what I need to get out of it. I'm willing to come down to here." Okay, transparency. Not, let me check eBay. Nope. So gross. So that store's doing it right. Like, they work with their customers. They're like, "Yeah, I know this thing's overpriced, but I have to charge this because this is what I paid for it." That puts the onus on the owner. The owner has the one who's made that decision to price or to buy that kit at that price, and then now they're stuck selling it at that price. They have to find the right buyer for it. But I'm always of the mind, like, if you're going to sell a kit for over MSRP, then you have to be willing to haggle. You have to, because any a consumer that's informed is going to know that they're getting reamed on the price.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
do you want to move on? Okay.
No, you basically answered the next question, which was best store experiences. So if you want to use that, and I would say we could use compliments on naming those stores.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, so that we can name some stores that we really like.
Yeah.
International Toy and Hobby up in Seattle is amazing, and the owner there is amazing. They stock great. His name is Tom. He stocks great kits. Not only that, but he's an exceptionally good modeler, and he's super supportive of, like, the gunpla community. And then
he will chat with you. Oh, he's fun to chat with.
Yeah, and Sean's Anime, that's like a stop on our pilgrimage every time we go up to Seattle. He's got a huge like a wide range of kits. He stocks everything, and he's super into the culture of model craft, and Japan in general. And he's cut me a few deals before on animation cells, and, like, putting things together. Like, I'll get this kit and this animation cell. Can you cut me a deal on that? And he's always open to talk about it. Super nice. Do we want to talk about the one that's down south in Eugene? The good one that used to be good?
Nah.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of some of the good ones. I'll shout out to, since we're West Coast, Anime Jungle and Burbank Hobbies down in California. I haven't been down to Burbank. All I hear is good things about them, and I've shot them online. Anime Jungle we've been to has some really... It did feel like Japan now that we've been to Japan on how they run the store. Very cool selection. Fun to chat with and work with down there in LA. Yeah, like those... Because I would echo Dan's, but those would be mine on the southern end.
Yeah, they're really great too. The store manager, I told him, I was like, "Hey, I really want the weird stuff. Like, what weird little things do you have?" And he's like, "Oh," and he just he just walked me around the store. He's like, "We got this thing's really weird," and he's like reaching back into cabinets, and so, like, he took the time to, like, give me, like, a personal tour of, like, what I was looking for. Super appreciated that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Ian.
You guys covered it. I've only been to, like, local stores. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. What were the other ones? Oh, here's a fun one. If you could turn an HG line into an MG line, what mobile suit and why? So I take this, I don't know if Grammata copied and pasted. Like, what series? If you could take an entire IBO, 00, Zeta, all of their HGs into MGs, which one? That's what I take from that.
Mm.
This is a fun one.
It has to be a whole line.
Yeah.
Not just what HG I wish had an MG. A lot of those.
Yeah.
A whole line.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would be the new. Just off the top of my head, it'd be
Oh.
the new Witch from Mercury. Like, put all those into master grades.
Wow.
Yep.
There
He
you
answered
go.
it.
Like all we got was high grades, and honestly, like, folks, full mechanics is not a master grade. So we got close, but it would be great to have, like, those are some banging kits,
Yeah,
man.
I'm looking at
And they got some new tech.
I'm looking
Like,
at
put
those
that tech into a master
the
grades.
Delonzas.
Yeah.
The big, thick, meaty legs. That would be a really
Yeah.
cool master grade.
Yeah, can you imagine, like, the inner frame of that thing would be so cool.
Yeah.
Also the RFV, Requiem for Vengeance. Give me master grades, man. Give me the master grade Gundam. Give me the
That'd be
master
really
grade
cool.
Zaku's. Give me the master grade gun cannons. Like, dude, so much stuff. So much stuff in that anime or that show that would be great for master grades. What about you, Lang?
Divers. I'd go divers.
No, we didn't get nothing from divers as a master grade. We got build
Nope,
fighters.
nothing. So if you could imagine some of those crazy, because the majority of them are slight remolds or repaints of everything. And
Sure.
So if you could get master grades of those, if you get master grades of the,
He wants a
00
double O diver
Sky.
ace.
No, I want a Sky. If I could get a Sky master grade, that would be sick. Or like the ogres, the two Rise to 10
yeah.
and the master grade beastly swords and stuff.
Yeah.
Or even the no name Astray. That would be a cool master grade.
Yeah.
Oh,
About you?
Really like that.
About you, Ian?
Well, you guys are stealing my stuff. That Witch Mercury line would be amazing to see as master grades.
Yeah, it would.
I hope we can
I'm
see
stunned,
master
frankly, they haven't.
I hope we can see master grades for G-Quux. Nothing's been announced as 1/100 yet.
Right. Well, they're probably going to do the same thing they did with Witch Mercury. They didn't do any master
Right.
grades from that whole series. How did that not happen?
Well,
So weird.
They're just doing IBO ones now years later.
No,
like,
they're just
down-
doing high grades, dude.
No. They got the Vidar and the Barbatos in master grade form now, years and years later. So what
No,
if they
I know,
have
but,
the
like,
same timeline?
Those are probably the
Like,
only
we
two
don't-
master grades we're going to get this whole
It's
year.
not. It's not even a debate though. Like, master grades just don't. They don't make them. Like, they make like 1 or 2 a year, and sometimes it's not even sometimes it's not even a master grade. It's like a master grade for Ka. Like, folks, I'm just talking master grade here.
Yeah.
We don't have to go nuts, Bandai.
Yeah.
You know, feed us. We're hungry for master grades. Everybody is, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
everybody really is.
I like high grades as much as everybody else. Some of them are really, really good. Witch from Mercury master grades are really, really good. They're fun to build, and they're sturdy little kits.
Yeah.
Little, I want bigger. I want more detail. So, yeah.
Good answers. All right, last but not least, favorite mecha game from a non-mecha series.
Oops.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
So it can't be like. Could it be like Mech Warrior? Would that count?
But that's a mecha series.
It's not a show.
How can a
Yeah, it
game
was.
how can it be a mecha game but not be
Mech
a
Warrior
mecha?
was not a show.
BattleTech.
I'm
yes,
so
it was.
confused.
That was a show.
Yes. Dude, look it up.
All right.
Favorite
Okay.
mecha game from a
I
non-mecha
watched the
series.
crap of it. The Commonwealth against the clans.
How does that work?
Initiate enhanced
BattleTech, the
imaging.
animated series.
Dude,
Oh my
I
lord!
watched the crap out of that. I love that. The CG was wanting now. It does not hold up.
All
but
right.
It's still great.
Well, so that one won't count. Non-series, so it can't be something that was ever shown on TV.
Favorite
Oh,
mecha game? I don't know.
okay. A favorite a thing that was a mecha game only, no other media. Is that what the question is?
Oh, probably.
All right, that
Favorite
makes a little more
mecha-
sense.
Oh, mecha game from a non-mecha series. So original IP.
Take it how you like, yeah.
I'm gonna take it as a mecha game that doesn't have an anime or a toy line. Well, maybe.
Do you guys remember Haken?
Like Haken Tua? What?
Hawken. It was a fast-paced mecha first-person shooter arena style type of game.
Sounds great.
It was
How
pretty
old?
good. I want to say maybe 10 years now at this point.
What was that one that somebody shared like a game cover for?
Phantom Crash.
Chrome shooter or something?
Oh, Chrome Warriors.
Was that it? You said
The one that I was
so.
doing?
somebody
Point Echo?
shared a game cover and was like, "Oh, I used to play this a bunch with my roommates in college or something."
No, I've got it now.
Oh,
The game is called my game, not the game we're talking about. It's called RAD, Robotic
I've heard about
Alchemic
it.
Drive.
Yep.
Have you guys heard of this?
no.
It's a
I've heard of it.
PlayStation 2 game, I believe, and you play as a kid, and you have and you control a giant robot, and you can move your kid around while you're controlling the giant robot fighting kaiju.
Nice.
And everything is like super slow, like your robot punches like this.
Good stuff.
Check it out.
Okay. Ian, did you have one?
Titanfall.
Oh yeah.
How,
Oh yeah.
I have gone this long without playing either.
How have
I
you
have
not
the-
played
I know,
Titanfall,
I
dude?
know. I think I need to do that tonight. I really do.
Yeah, Titanfall was really fun.
Yeah.
I just never got
Okay.
to play a
Good
bunch
grief.
of it, and then I thought I saw a rumor that the third one could be on its way.
Well, they were making a third one, and then it got turned into Apex Legends, and that made a lot of money. So they were like, "No, we're done with Titanfall."
Stupid.
Well,
They did just release an update for it, like out of nowhere, that fixed a lot of the existing
What, Titanfall 2?
tiny bugs. Yeah, Titanfall 2. And you can still hop on there, and people are like, you get full lobbies because it's such a good freaking game.
We may have to drop that into
today.
tonight's gaming session.
And that's the multiplayer. The campaign is amazing. Did you
I'll
play
do
the
it.
campaign, Ian?
No, I played the multiplayer.
What? Oh my gosh, dude! The campaign is so good.
Uh-huh.
So join us on game nights every other Saturday with our Discord. You can come.
Dude, we should do a Titanfall night. We could totally fill out an entire lobby.
Let's try not to do Fortnite.
So for me, real quick, and we'll finish with this. Mine is Gun.
Oh, we don't care about you.
Shut up.
Okay.
Gun Valkyrie. Look it up. It's actually an old Xbox game.
Gun Valkyrie.
It's like mecha suits in Starship Troopers. Like you're going through alien planets. Risk of Rain. Not the same animation, but like you're flying solo in a mecha suit against bugs.
It's like an exoskeleton on a little girl.
Girl or guy. There's different setups.
All the images are of the girl version. So
What are you looking up, Dan?
I just typed in Gun Valkyrie Xbox, and that's what I'm being fed.
It's a great one. Really cool. I think it's a third-person mecha solo adventure against bugs. I really liked that one. Okay,
That's rad.
that was our show. I think we're good. Anything else we need to go over?
Yeah, just really quick. We got the spring show coming up, 26th April.
3 weeks.
We're heading up the night before, so if you guys see us there, give us a holler. We're gonna have a table. We have a 30-minute missions WCGA contest going on. It ends the July 7th. So you got plenty of time to enter. We've got some amazing awards for that. We've got medals and trophies and bragging rights. And
it's
then
all digital. All digital.
It's all digital. Yeah, so you don't have to be in person. You submit your photos. They'll be judged live during and all the winners will be talked about. All the kits will be talked about by the judges and the winners revealed during one of our Monday night builds. And Tim Tam is going to be one of the judges.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the
under 21
GBWC
champion.
under 21 champ will be one of the judges, so that'll be really cool. And then we have the Jamboree coming up on the 20th of September. not coming up, but down the road, 20th September. We're always hyping that up. It's one of our favorite shows every year to go to. Super great community there, and it's an IPMS show, but they are really pushing Gundam, and they are really like open to like facilitating us incorporating our Gundamness into their IPMS shows. So we are incredibly grateful of them for doing that for us. Yeah.
Cool. 00 Trivia Night. It's coming.
We have not announced anything yet, Lang.
We did last week.
You did last week, last episode. You talked about it.
Don't. Come on now.
I wasn't there.
So Trivia Night, 00. We don't have the. We're looking at the date. Start watching season 1 and 2. But I wanted to announce that the 2 HGs, because we had confirmed a PG Exia, a MG Clear 7 Swords, and then we have a pair. Dan.
I'm not doing that. I don't know what's going on.
Whatever.
Something is wrong with this.
We can hear you clicking, Dan.
No, I'm seriously trying to stop it. It keeps doing so. Sorry. I'm just going to mute the whole thing here.
Okay. But the HG kits, Dan, do you want to share which one of those are?
Oh.
Yes.
Don't forget the PG comes with the Cosmos set.
Oh,
yeah. PG comes with the Cosmos.
Do you remember what they were?
So, something just popped into my head all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Let me really quick. It is do you remember what they are?
I do.
Lang, because I'd have to pull up my order here.
We do. These are really cool because I've never seen them stateside. They are HG, Trans Am, Exia, and the 00 Riser, which you do not see. These are really cool.
And those are a package, yeah. So you get both if you take first, second, or third, yeah.
If you choose the HG prize.
Yeah.
So very excited for that. I personally love Trans Am variants in their plastics.
They're super cool. So we got banger prizes again. This just keeps happening. Banger prizes. Join the trivia night. It's super fun, multiple choice, and the show is good this time. so you will enjoy the show, and you will enjoy the competition of playing with friends and stuff. Dan, we had some people join last time that just joined for trivia night, and they had a good time. So
you haven't finished 00. How far did you get in 00? Do you recall how far you got?
I only watched the first episode because I was trying to get IBO finished, and I didn't want to get carried away. But the first episode really sucked me in. I was like, "Oh, this is so good!" Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited to finish watching or to watch the show. I'm going to rewatch the first episode.
That first 00 is a good suck you in episode for any series, I think.
Yeah,
I love the characters are good. The animation's good.
Big sense of world already in the first episode.
Yeah,
yeah. I also would like to...
And it's not, as long as there's not any of those weird story tropes like there were in IBO, I will enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah. And I would really like to give a shout out to the Hobby Town located in Vancouver, Washington, as that was our source for the Perfect Grade Exia. The owner there at the store
Hobby Town, thank you.
Gave us a good discount deal for this kit. So please visit that store if you're in the area. They're also, I think, locally one of the larger Gunpla suppliers. They've got a massive corner section of the store for Gunpla.
And it's really well kept. It's really nice.
There's always at least 100 kits there.
I don't think it's massive, but they turn it over well. That's what I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Well, hey, thanks. Yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Lang, did you want to? I just started talking over you. Do you want to play us out, Lang?
You're so polite. Remember?
Here you go. Wait, hold on.
Centipede Sundays.
Come find
us
down at the Centipede Eat a Bunch buffet. All you can eat, Dan or Lang. Anytime, any place. $5.99 every third Sunday. Other than that, it's $10 a person. Come one, come all. The beef is free.
Guys, listen. No, don't play me out. I got it. No, don't play me out. I got it. Dang it. I was having a stroke when that happened, guys. I can't be held accountable.